What do you expect from this?
Bro, I have no expectations. I've seen what you do, man. I love what you do.
Yeah, no, it's just like a casual conversation.
Yeah, man. I don't have any expectations, dude. I just like say how I feel about things and like
That's good, man.
whatever you ask me, bro, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Right, ready?
Ready, dude. Ready when you are.
Okay. Who are you?
My name's Teddy Good.
Nice to meet you, man. I mean here because like we already know each other.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Me, I'm from Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham, but I moved to Bristol about 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Why did you move to Bristol?
I came here to study. At university, yeah.
What did you study?
Studied aerospace engineering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did a master's, yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's the most chaotic 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
It was mental, yeah. I did the
final
final
uni,
dude, like final years in COVID, like it was like absolute chaos, but I loved every minute of it, yeah.
Yeah. Why did you choose to do that? Like, is that you had I don't know, like some plans to do like
I'm just obsessed with, I love working, I love learning. So I was like, what's the hardest thing I can do? And I was like, rocket science.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Like, you know.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it though. I had a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm not going back.
Is there something like you wanted to do, like something with it, as in like a dream job?
No, it was a challenge. It was just like, you know, it was a whole thing of, I was always a creative. Parents wanted me to do something else. They were like, do something academic, and I was like, okay, let me just pick the hardest thing to get them off my back. Got on my masters, and I was like, you can't tell me nothing anymore.
Yeah, no, that's sick. This is one of the reasons. Like, I've done uni as well. That's one of the reasons. Like, I never been good at studying and shit, but it was like a challenge to myself. I'm like, I need to do this and see if I can do it.
Yeah, how you do? You do all right?
I mean, I did. First like year and a half, like did fuck all, like nothing. I remember like because in Italy do like exams and stuff.
Okay.
I remember I was doing like in like a month, like I don't know, 7 exams. I was just failing them all. I was like, oh, that's not for me. Which then I kind of like learned how to like study a little bit, because I was just like not studying like properly.
Yeah, it's kind of learning how to like apply yourself. You're not really learning the subject, you're kind of just learning how to learn. And I think a lot of people can relate to you on that.
Yeah. What do you do now for a living?
Me, what I do for a living now is I run events. I'm a creative, also work in a local cafe here and there as well. Yeah, man, just do whatever I can to keep the money flowing, whether it be music, events, radio, podcasting.
Yeah, because I see you're like involved in like fucking everything.
Yeah, I do too much. I do too
much.
I need to relax.
Is there something like you wanna, I don't know, do more of, or like are you doing everything because like you actually like everything you're doing?
I just really love it. Like I really love what I do. I think everybody's like a creative being, and I believe we will have the capacity to put something out there that's very original, and I just like experimenting with that a lot. Yeah.
How do you start like being a creative? Like, I don't know, can you remember anything like the first thing that you, I don't know, like kind of like created, or like, you know?
Ooh, parodies. I remember when I was a teenager, the first thing I made was when I was a teenager, and it was me and my mates like messing about making parody music. And we made this tune about Bethany, some exchange girl who came to our school, and everybody loved her. And me and my mate George made a love song for her. And in it, like, I made the beat. I was like 14, 15. I made the beat, just learned how to make the beat really quick. And it was like, Bethany, you are amazing. And then there was like this random bit where I'm rapping about like just like stupid stuff. Like, I hope nobody ever finds that. But
it's like a YouTube thing.
It's on YouTube.
Just check it out.
It's on YouTube. If you can find it, well done. Bring it up, like resurface that, go for it. But yeah, that was the first thing that I made, and that came just out of being like interested. Like Odd Future was popping at the time, with that Tyler Creator was doing a lot as well. And just kind of seeing how like you can do quite a lot on an independent basis. Like, it doesn't have to sound like the best thing in the world. It doesn't have to sound like commercial and stuff like that, but people will still take it in. I was like, that's cool. So that was what sparked my interest, and it started as parodies and turned into something. And as I matured, I got the hang of it.
No, that's sick. As you like mentioned music, what do you listen to?
Yeah, my inspirations are really fun. I think a lot of people look at me and they see the hoodie, they see the do-rag and they're like, rapper, like, and I'm like, nah, I listen to like a lot of bossa nova, I listen to like a lot of Brazilian music. When I was younger, I listened to a lot of classical music as well. I was still listening to grime, I was still listening to like Lethal Bizzle and like Jamie and everything like that. But I was listening to like a lot of metal as well. Like if you ask my family, I was the metal kid. Like I had the eyeliner, I had the black skinny jeans, I had the checkered belt and stuff like that. Like I went hard on my emo era. Like I went in on that. Like, and it's funny seeing these bands now, like Bullet for My Valentine and Bring Me the Horizon, doing like sellout arena tours. When I was listening to them when like they were doing like 200, 300 cap venues and stuff like that. So like my like roots in music are like so all over the place. Like they're a little bit of everything. I did like musical theatre, played the guitar a lot. I just loved it. Like
so I got like I don't know, maybe like classical, like
dude, like anything and everything that I can listen to, like I will listen to it, and I'll try listen to stuff that I don't like as well, with the exception of like pop music. Like like not a chance I'm ever gonna listen to Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, like that stuff is ass. Like, but like commercial stuff I can't get onto. But like everything else, like the weird kind of geeky genres, like the stuff that people don't really listen to, like the oldies stuff, like I love that.
Yeah, because it's also you can get a lot of inspiration from it, and you can get some good things that like you really find in like commercial music.
100%. Like this was the era like where you had artists and stuff like that who were doing stuff purely for the art. Like they weren't getting paid a lot. Like Nina Simone, like all these artists, like from way back, particularly the black artists, were getting paid nothing. They were getting paid enough for their travel and maybe like a sandwich, and that was it. So like when you actually hear these people who are doing it purely for the love, and then you can learn a lot from that, as opposed to like, you know, these people who have had like great commercial success and have millions and millions and millions are great as well, but like, you know, there's a lot to be learned from the creatives that kind of just did it for the love of it.
Is that why you're doing it as well?
Yeah, I do it for the love. I do it for the love. Like every event I do, like it's all split, like all the money's split. Like even though I'm putting in like I'm putting in the majority of the work, even though it's like a collective thing. Like even though I'm the person coordinating it, I'm never gonna be the person who has the greatest financial benefit. Like it's never been something I've done. When I first came to Bristol and I was getting booked for shows, a lot of the shows I was getting booked for, I was turning down payment because I just love what I do. I was just saying like, I don't need to get paid for this. Like this is absolutely fine. Obviously I've got everything like rent and stuff to pay, but that'll go and figure itself out. You know what I mean? I don't need to get paid for my art. Like but if I do get paid, it's a bonus, but I'm not looking for opportunities where I can get paid. I'm looking to, the most important thing is the crowd and the audience and like the venues and the people I'm performing for. That's the most important thing. If someone wants to pay me, it's a bonus, but it's not what I'm after.
It's not the main goal.
No.
That comes afterwards. I totally agree.
Yeah.
What kind of events do you organize? And
I organize all kinds of events. I'm very lucky. Like I'm very, very lucky. I remember first coming to Bristol and coming to all the events, and it was sick. I was going to the raves, I was going to like the underground events. Like I loved it. Like it was just like so open and so free. And then after a while I was going through uni, and obviously you burn out when you go into all those events to a certain point, but I did anyway. And I was like, okay, where's like the kind of like the more low-key events? So I started hitting up jam nights and stuff like that, the jazz nights and stuff like that. Still wasn't finding much in the way of like hip hop and rap and underground music. So that actually started me being like, okay, there is a massive gap in the market for rap music. And like it just happened that I'm really into rap music and I also do rap as well. So I was like, cool, I know people who can like fill those slots. And it started out with me just doing like hip hop and rap events and stuff like that. And that's
battles and stuff, like freestyle battles.
No battles, like no, like more just like headliners. Like I had my group called Motto Estate. We did like several tours around the country as well, and that was really beautiful. I really enjoyed that. But then it became a case of like, okay, I kind of saw the potential I had, and I was like, we have an opportunity here to bring together different worlds. So I started like doing multi-genre events. So I started bringing like R&B artists and rappers in, and like soul artists in, and jazz artists in, all on the same stage. And that was like where it really started to get really cool, because you've had like these rap heads with like these indie kids all in the same room, and everyone's enjoying the music at the same level. And by the end of the night, 10 p.m, 11 p.m, the last set's hitting, all these people have gone from being in like their own little groups to being all mixed together. And that's why I do it. I was like,
because
so
usually
beautiful.
these kind of groups, like, they kind of separate and
yeah, they make fun of each other.
Yeah.
They make fun of each other. Like
a
friend of mine, like, who, big credit to him, Will, he runs Below the Belt, and well, alongside Beth as well. Like, they do a phenomenal job of it, like an incredible job. And he had an idea to do a similar thing, and I remember him telling me about him trying to get these indie kids and these rap kids to work together, and they were just making fun of each other, and they just laughed at him. And they were like, it's never gonna happen. But, like, you know, there is space for it, and it's something that as creators we should be looking to do. So I did that. That turned into, like, poetry events, fundraisers, like networking events, creative link ups. Sometimes we just get together and just, like, walk around town with a camera and just film.
Yeah, I've seen you guys at the M32 market.
Yeah, you saw us at Empire. Yeah, you caught us at the.
Like,
I saw you. Yeah, I was literally like, yo, and we went round. We had the big karaoke machine. I shout on the mic like, yo, is it alright, man? Give you a big shout out, didn't I?
Sick, man.
Yeah, I've got to do that more often for sure. That was a fun day. That was really good.
That's good. So, like, you do a lot. And
I do too much.
Do you feel like you're doing enough?
Nah, I never feel like I'm doing enough. That's probably the worst thing. I never feel like I'm doing enough. I always feel like there's something I can do better or something I can do more of. People are always telling me, like, yo, Teddy, slow down. Like, my mum's always like, you gotta relax. Like, you gotta just, like, take a break and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? I'll run an amazing event, and then, like, the next day I'm planning the next one. Like, we literally just did Afro Revolution on Friday. And then yesterday I announced the next one, literally like 2-3 days later or something like that. I never feel like I've done enough, like, ever.
Why do you think is that? Like,
I just always feel like there's so much to be done. I think when you're looking at the landscape of the city and you're looking at the way everything's functioning and the way everything's intertwining, you kind of get to this point where you're like, particularly for me, I think the main thing for me comes from, like, me being mixed race in Bristol and kind of looking at the landscape of it and being like, okay, where are all the people that look like me going? Because we have a lot of events where it's like, it's beautiful, it's super diverse, it's super mixed, like, it's amazing. But then in terms of these events that are specifically catered towards, like, a black and, you know, a non-white audience, you don't see a lot of it. You don't really see a lot of it. Like, it is there, but you have to really dig for it, or you have to know where it's happening. Do you know what I mean? So when you're kind of in that position where, like, me as a person, I'm looking for events that kind of speak to the people that look like me, I'm kind of in this position where, like, there's not enough of it. So I'm like, my mission is to, like, you know, be one of the many people that are not only facilitating them, but also promoting other people that are doing it as well, like Bristol Barbecue Family with, like, with Uncle Michael and Elijah, like Orc Social, like all these different people, like Munyo with Family Farm, like all these different, which was like, I swear Munyo was like your first interview or something.
That's great.
And that's the thing, it's like, it's literally that, and it's like stuff like what you're doing as well. Like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, black people doing it, or like it doesn't have to benefit like specifically black people, but just like when you see those gaps and you don't see people talking about those things or pushing those things in a way that you feel is deserved, then it just feels like, you know, there's more to be done. Because whilst I might be happy with the output I've put, like, if I'm looking around and I'm still seeing these events not getting the love that they deserve, then I still feel like there's more for me to do.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Why do you think there is this gap? Like, it's because, like, I don't know, there is not like many people pushing, like, for it, like what you're doing, like, you know, black people, or like, or it's just like the way it is now. I don't know. Like,
I think the gap comes from, like, I think it's comfort. I think people know what events they like going to, they know what venues they like going to, and they kind of stick to that. Like, if you like drum and bass, you go to the drum and bass raves. Like, do you know what I mean? And people, because of that, people are very loyal to what they're doing because all their friends want to go to that thing. So they don't want to be like the person who goes, oh, let's go to this instead, because people might not go with them. And I think when you have that level of comfort, like, you just stick with what you know. Whereas, like, you know, rather than going to something where you're like, oh, will I fit in? Will I belong? Will people accept me and stuff like that? But I think it's just a case of breaking outside of your comfort zone and be like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to pull up on this event right now. I'm just going to go. And, like, seeing what it looks like and seeing how you feel in that space as well. And there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, I think a different side that Bristol as well. You didn't know, like, different people, like
100%.
Yeah, like,
and Bristol's super welcoming as well. Like, Bristol, literally, you can get away with so much in Bristol. Like, you can be like the biggest weirdo here. People will just be like, "Hey, do you want to come in for tea?"
Yeah,
Like,
I love that, bro. I love
yeah.
that about like Bristol, because like yeah, where I'm from, like bro, it's not like that. Like people are very like close-minded,
Yeah,
and I love it that here you can be literally anybody, as you said, like the biggest
yeah,
weirdo, and
yeah.
you're like still like could be like fucking like popular.
Yeah,
Like,
people
you know
just
what I
let you
mean?
get on
Like
with it. They're like, "Oh, you're a freak. Go on,
yeah, you can
crack
break
on."
the rules, let's say. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can be
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, who the fuck you want.
Yeah, exactly. To
It's
take
amazing.
advantage of it, you know, like go out, see the world and stuff like that. Bristol's a great place to be doing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
What is I don't know, the cons of like doing all this? What do you think?
I sacrificed my social life massively. Like I literally like we've been trying to do this interview for how long?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
15 minutes.
No, like as in like
Yeah.
us two, we've been trying to line this up for a
No, it's
while.
been like a few months.
And that's the thing. And this is like, you know, this isn't exactly casual social, but like I think the cons are like my social life and just like my personal life takes a massive hit as a result because I'm always trying to like build stuff for other people and stuff like that because I really enjoy doing it. But like it's very much me first. Like I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean? I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I don't feel like I'm gonna be here that long at all. Like I feel like I probably got like another like I think I've got like another year or two left in like this world and like this physical like area of the world. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't really explain what that means just yet, but like I just know that I'm not gonna be here much longer. So for me, it's kind of like okay, I need to do as much. When you have like a sense, when you know like your deadline, when you're working towards a deadline, everything else goes away because you're just kind of like at a point now where you're like, okay, I've actually got a bigger mission here. Like I've got things that I need to be doing. And when that time comes, I'm out. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So because of that awareness, I'm like, okay, I can do without the social life. I can do without having a normal personal life for now. Like it's only temporary. Like I'm not gonna be here very long. But obviously that means like I don't see as much of my friends as I'd like to. I don't go out as much as I'd like to. There's a lot of discipline and a lot of focus that's involved. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to bed. Like we always in Ashton Hall videos, he's in bed by like 8 p.m. up by 3 a.m. I'm not doing that. But you know what I mean? I'm not going out on a late night. If I go out with anybody, I'm usually the first person to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I do go out, I enjoy myself. I have a dance. But yeah, I think it's one of those things, and it's one of those things as well, which I've seen it with so many people around me. Like your love life takes a hit as well because you're in a position where like whoever you're with is gonna feel like they're second best to whatever your passion is. Like whether it be music, whether it be events, whether it be whatever it is, the person that you're with is always going to have this idea in their head that they are second best. But it's not like that at all. Like the whole purpose of creatives doing what they do, and I'm speaking for those creatives who are in relationships, the purpose of them doing what they do is really for the future. They're doing all of that because they want to reach a point where they don't have to do so much. They want to, you know, put in all the graft and, you know, whatever it might be, film all these TikToks, film all these videos.
Yeah.
So that at a certain point, you know, 5-10 years down the line, they've got somebody to do all that for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it takes putting in the work now.
Yeah.
But obviously when you're in a relationship, which is very immediate and very much there, it can very much look like, you know, this person who wants to go out on a date or go for a meal or sit down on the sofa. But you're like, you know, in the studio every single day, just like, yo, like, I do love you, but I got work to do. Do you know what I mean? And I think when it's not like a job, people kind of forget like that it's, you know, it's still just as hard to switch off. You know?
Yeah. Does this upset you that like people, like, I don't know, your partner or like your friends can think that of you, that maybe like you're not prioritizing them? I mean, you're prioritizing this.
It used to break my heart. Like it used to really break my heart. Like there's nothing worse than like turning around to the person that you love to go and telling them you're going to do something that you love. Like, oh, I'm going to the studio, and seeing them be upset about that, which obviously they are going to be upset because you're literally like, they want to spend every single day with you and you want to spend every single day with them. But it's that discipline, it's that focus. But turning around to that person and being like, yo, I'm going to the studio, and they're like, oh, you're going, like that does something to you because the whole time you're in the studio you're like, oh, they're at home, like, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's like I want to be locked in right now, but you can't lock in because you're just thinking about the fact that you've got that person at your yard. So it used to break my heart, and it still does, like when I have to turn down my friends to like do something that I've got to do. But at the end of the day, like I know it's just like their reaction to things, and I can't get too upset about it, because if that's how they feel about it, and if they're going to be upset about that kind of thing, then maybe they're not the kind of people that I need around me. But they have every right to be upset. Just don't make me feel bad about it.
Yeah, bro, I totally like feel you 100%.
Yeah, bro.
Do you think this is worth it? And then also, like, I don't know, it might not go as well as you plan it. You know what I mean? Do you have these thoughts, or like, I don't know, you're, I don't know, confident then, okay, I'm gonna fucking succeed?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not, my goal isn't in the future. My goal has been and gone, and I achieve my goal every single time I do an event and people come through to see these. I'm not booking like big acts by any means.
Yeah.
I'm booking like small people that nobody ever heard of, and we're selling out every single show. And that's beautiful, and that's all I need from it. All I need is to like put my people on, put them on a stage, and like watch these people from like London, like this jazz act from London, or this rap act from Moscow, watch them get like all these people, and that's enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember, shall I wait for that?
Yeah, wait for it.
Come on. Yeah, my goal is purely creative. It's purely creative. Like, creating the thing is it, and if it's been created, that's all I'm achieving. Like, you know, the reception it gets and the people that come through for that thing, that's a bonus for me. You know what I mean? The fact that I get to make it in the first place, like, is like, that's it, and that's me achieving my goal. Everything else is extra.
Yeah, that's you're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
100%. The fun part, is there anything you want to share that, like, I don't know, you're struggling with at the moment, or like could be like, you know, you struggled with in the past and now, like, I don't know, you overcame that, or something that is not, like, you know, sorted in your life. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Something that I struggled with. I think something I always struggled with, was my sense of belonging. Like, where do I belong in the world? What's the right path for me? What direction should I go in? And I think when you're young, you kind of look to other people for inspiration for those things, almost in a copycat sense, where you kind of want to do what they've done. You want to follow that path or go down that route. And I think slowly over time, I'm learning that I'm having to carve my own lane and literally just do it the way that I see fit. Like, I can't lean into these norms of doing it the way that like society tells me to do it, or doing it the way my parents tell me to do it, or do it the way that my friends tell me to do it. Like I say, I know I'm not going to be here for like, in like 18 months time, 24 months time, I'm like, you're not going to, like, I'll be gone. I will disappear. Like, do you know what I mean? And I know that as well. And that's not a path that like a lot of people take in their late 20s. But it's not something that I'm worried about. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think the big thing was just learning to be authentic and just like genuine to myself and being as real as I possibly can. And with that, you'll attract the right people. And as you attract the right people, they're going to help you manifest whatever it is that you're trying to manifest as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's something it's hard to understand, I think, at first. Like, when you're, you know, young, you're just like trying to copy, emulate people. But if you can't really emulate people, because then at the end of the day, you're going to be just struggling like to I don't know, keeping their same image. Like, you should be like just yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Like, when did you learn that? Like, how did you learn that you should be like authentic to yourself?
I learned it the hard way. I learned it from very young. Yeah, I learned the importance of being myself from very young. I remember talking to people around me, and I'd kind of say like, oh, yo, like, trying to like fit in with them, trying to be like the way that they were. Like, I was young, I was trying to impress people, trying to make friends, trying to get a girlfriend, whatever it was when you're younger. And I remember just kind of finding that like in all of this, like, I picked up little bits and bobs and like experimented with who I was, and like kind of found out who I was more and more for this experimentation, because I was never putting myself in a box. But I think that's the thing. Every single time I went in and out of these things, I always came back to myself, and I always ended up back to myself. And it was always like, okay, well, it's just me again now. Now what? Do you know what I mean? And I think when you go through that enough, like when you go through whatever it might be, whether it's like heartbreak, whether it's like, you know, grieving, like death, whatever it is, when you go through these things, you kind of have this element of like, you know, you go into solitude and you kind of have this moment of like, okay, there's only me. Like there's literally like, I'm all alone. You feel like this sense of being alone almost. And I think when you have that, there's a lot of strength because you kind of have to build yourself out of your own self. And I think when you build yourself out of your own self, you realize the importance of self. And by realizing the importance of yourself, you can better become what you want to be.
Yeah, no, fucking, I love that, bro. I love that.
Good.
Who are you now?
Who am I? I'm
That's
just
the first question I asked, but now I'm gonna ask you again.
Who am I now? At the end of this interview, I would say I'm still Teddy Good, but I've always been. No, I've not always been Teddy Good. Who am I now? Who am I now is a person sat on a bench talking to a handsome Italian man about my feelings about the world, just like everyone else should.
Come on.
And I'm loving every minute of it.
Love that. We're getting towards the end.
Cool.
Obviously, like you knew you were gonna come here, meet me. We kind of like talked about it like for a while. I don't know if there's anything you wanna talk about or anything you wanna, just not even like bring up or like talk about it. Like, you know, it's free conversation. So I don't know anything. If you thought something.
I actually haven't thought of anything, but now that you've asked me, I will say something. I will say that it's our responsibility as people to express ourselves and share our experiences. It's only by sharing our experiences that we can better understand the world. And it is also our responsibility to make this world safer for each other. And that can only be done by sharing our stories.
Beautiful, man. Fucking, you're a poet, bro. No, that's very true and very beautiful.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. I'm gonna go through like how I think I already told you how the brand was born.
Sure.
Just like as a joke, like back in 2020, I remember like during the first lockdown they removed the bear from the bear pit. Yeah. So I remember like it was a spot that was like, you know, hanging out there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna honor it and then make a T-shirt about the bear pit.
Yeah, I remember.
So it was the first ever like T-shirt, and the name came obviously like as a foreigner here. So if you're a foreigner, you move to the UK, it's one of the first things you hear. So
Yeah.
I remember I kind of noticed more than ever, like during the first lockdown, people like saying that. But then I was like, nothing is alright. The world is shit now. It's like lockdown. So like ironically, I took that. It's like, alright, mate, but like nothing is alright.
Yeah.
But then the vision came last year when I wanted to share like stories of people like myself. Like, you know, if you move from a different country to here, you go like through struggles. Also like the nice like things that Bristol has to offer you. I also do that because I like to remind myself that even if you go through like struggles and stuff, at the end of the day, it's gonna be alright, mate. Yeah. That's the whole like concept.
Yeah.
So I usually ask a question at the end, which I'm not gonna ask now because people like prepare and like, you know, like, fuck you, I don't want you to prepare. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of like random questions.
Sure.
What's happiness for you? Not like right now, like I don't know, in the future, like yourself in the future, what's the like scenario around you? What's happiness?
I think happiness for me is comfort. It's not comfort, specifically comfort, but it's just a sense of, like you say, everything's gonna be all right, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like when you reach that point where you just have that sense that everything's gonna be all right, that's happiness for me. Yeah.
And if you were granted 3 wishes, what would you use them for?
Ooh.
I'm the genie, you can ask me anything you want.
If I was given 3 wishes, what would I use them for? If I was given 3 wishes, I would wish. Oh, that's a bloody good question. I get 3 wishes. All I can think of is a really, really corny shit. I can say corny shit.
Yeah, of course you can.
If I had 3 wishes, I would wish for a world that didn't revolve around productivity. A world that is there's a word for it. It's called, I want to say, polychronic and monochronic. There are different societies in the world. I don't know, somebody might correct me on it. It's polychronic societies and monochronic societies. And one, don't know which one.
Poly, I know poly means like a multiple.
It's
like
multiple.
More, like
so one exists, one is based off of productivity. It's how much you can do with your 24 hours in a day, which I've made the error of falling into. But that's because it's the world we live in. There's another form of society which functions around the value of your day rather than the quantity of which you achieve within that day. And if I had 3 wishes, one of them would certainly be to normalize a society that does not thrive off productivity, but off a quality of living. That would be one of them. I think I'd only need the one.
Yeah.
I think the other, I'd make that one wish.
Okay.
And I would park the other 2 and I just see how things pan out.
I love that.
Yeah, I just have a look. I'd want to see.
Yeah, you let me know. Just hit me up.
Make sure I don't do any damage.
And I'll message the Genie and
yeah, I'll be like, yo. I'll be like, ciao Genie.
The Italian Genie.
The Italian Genie, like, ciao Genie. Hey.
Pasta, man.
Yeah, I wish for a world without pasta. Noodles only. No. You know, please don't hurt me.
Both. Very last one.
Cool.
Are we going to be alright?
Yeah, we're all gonna be alright.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Come on, here.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you.
That's
thank
amazing,
you,
bro.
man. No, I appreciate it, bro.
Super
you did it in right timing as well.
Yeah, I think it was beautiful.
That's what I think. I wanted to give you it properly. I didn't want to rush it because I probably wouldn't have been able to come at half of that on the spot.
Nah, bro. I think it was fucking hell.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, boss.
Nah, you came out on your lunch break, man. That's fucking
bro.
real.
Like,
that's real work, man.
That's alright, man.